man. Go. You're a producer, so I'd like
Yeah.
to hear your side of how you
So,
feel about that.
so before we say what our conclusion is, I guess the question we're trying to ask is, does it make sense for either the producer or for the artist, for both or for neither of the two, right? Because if this is such a commonplace practice, it's got to be making sense for someone, right? But does
Yeah,
it? I
yeah.
don't know. I'll give you my personal experience with leasing
Okay.
because I have sold quite a lot of beats, but I was never like a well-known producer, I don't think. My sales of beats were more so from word of mouth. People would hear my beat
Right.
somewhere else, they were like, where did you get it from? Blah, blah, blah. Right? So in my experience, leasing made no sense, right? Because you leasing a beat for, let's say, $15, $20, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then some other guys like, oh, I want to sell more beats. I'm going to do 3 for 20. Another person's going to be like, you know what? I'm going to do 4 for 15, right? So it's like a race to the bottom because the producers want to make more money. So it's definitely not benefiting most producers. It only benefits the producers who have a lot of people who are their customers, right? They have a lot of fans or listeners or are well known. It definitely did not benefit me. I tried leasing. I leased some and realized that, okay, cool. So I've got not a lot of people who come to buy beats from me. But if an artist who's not that serious sees a lease, right, he's probably going to go
Yeah.
for the lease because it's an easy way to get a good beat, right?
Yeah.
They were like, I'm going to go for that lease instead of buying an exclusive. And I never sold my exclusives for that much money. It's like $200 ish. I probably started at 50 to 100. So I think I maxed out at 200 before I was like, you know what? It doesn't make sense for me to be selling beats. I like these beats way too much. I'm just rapping them myself.
You're gonna use it yourself.
Pull a Kanye West. It's like, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I can rap too. I'm just gonna like rap my beats. I like the beats too. So in my opinion, it doesn't make sense for producers to lease beats because it devalues music. Now, if all your beats are like cookie cutter, just slight variations of templates, you just pluck in sounds and tweak the sounds, replace the snare and the hi-hat, the same bass sounds, which a lot of beats are. If you're known for a specific sound and that's all you make, I get it. Maybe each beat would not take you that long to make. I've made beats in like 30 minutes when I just have to remix an old beat, just replace some sounds, change some arrangements and stuff. In that case, it makes sense. Go for it. Sell it for like $20. It doesn't hurt, right? But I personally don't think it makes sense for producers, except if you have a huge number of listeners who are gonna go to your beat store and just buy all those beats. Let's say you've got like 2,000 listeners, right? If 200 of those 2,000 buy at least, you're making a good living versus a producer who's got 20 listeners and maybe 2 people buy at least. It's like you made $40. It's not worth it. You spent more time making something that, like, as a musician, everyone who makes art knows that you connect to your art. You invest in it, right? So it's like, it depends on how you value yourself. Do you think your beats are worth more or less? I thought my beats, or I think my work is worth more than $20. And another reason why I think it doesn't make sense, I think it allows artists who are not that serious to just like get good stuff for free. I'm like, if you're not that serious, there's probably others who make, decent instrumentals and beats that you could get for free or for cheap, because you can get free beats as well, right? Like, so that's my first take. I've got more takes on the producer side as well, but